popcorn and candy.
Hey there, movie fans, and welcome to this week's review. This week, we're doing a movie that I've never seen before and was absolutely blown away with. It is the movie 1 Hour Photo with the man, the myth, the legend, Robin Williams. Now, last week, sadly, marked the anniversary of this fantastic man's death. And it breaks my heart to think that his talent is not one that we'll be seeing in future projects, because this movie gave me such a renewed excitement for his work. Robin Williams is somebody that I grew up watching. However, the films I grew up watching with Robin Williams were roles in which he was funny. It wasn't until I was older that I saw some of his more serious roles in movies such as Good Will Hunting or Dead Poets Society. This movie is nothing like that. Robin Williams is a terrifying force to be reckoned with in this movie, and I cannot say enough good about this man's role. Literally cannot wait to rewatch this movie because it just gave me a newer, deeper appreciation for this man's talents.
Oh, boy, I don't work with the males because I used to be one.
That was just to show you the hilarity that is Robin Williams. I grew up watching that movie, Mrs. Doubtfire, and it's easily one of my favorite ones with him, both heartfelt and funny. 1 Hour Photo is not that film. Williams' character is someone by the name of Cy, who has become obsessed with a family that he has had the job over the last few years of developing their pictures. However, as this movie grows and develops, you find out that Cy is not somebody that is well adjusted and definitely has some issues. Now, the Yorkin family that he has become obsessed with is a picture-perfect family. You have a husband, wife, and son, all of whom he sees in these pictures as the ideal for what he would want a family to be. Everybody's happy, everybody's together, there is no problems in this family. And it becomes an obsession for him to the point where this family, he wants to become a part of it himself. There's a fantastic scene early on in this movie in which Robin Williams actually shows up to their home and then proceeds to break in and attempt to live the life that this family has, from going through their fridge, even using their restroom, and sitting down in casual clothes watching the game. Now, the way the scene ends definitely helps you to understand the mental state that Robin Williams' character is in, and it plays a huge part in the climax of this film. Of course, as an outsider looking in, Cy is unable to see that, like every family, the Yorkins do have their own problems. The father is a workaholic, always around. It seems the wife lives this lavish lifestyle, which the husband then blames as why he's always working. And it does seem like the son is a little bit awkward. However, he is a good person. One scene that definitely showed the son's character was when he explains to the mother how he sympathizes and feels bad for Cy, getting the sense that he's alone and doesn't have anybody. So we can definitely see that Cy's image of this family is totally off in terms of the perfect ideal family, but we can definitely see that in reality, there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. The director does a fantastic job in creating fantastic angles that give you almost an outsider's view looking in on Cy. There's a scene early on where Cy is looking through old antique photos for purchase, and the way it's shot where you can just see his reflection in the photo box, almost like a photo of him, just kind of highlights things and gives you that idea that what he really longs is that sense of being a part of somebody, wanting to be in their pictures, be in their lives. However, as this film continues, one of the things that was really stunning to me is the absolutely amazing set pieces. Sai's apartment does a fantastic job in showing you just how isolated and alone this man is. His dish rack literally has one cup, one plate, one bowl. He has a solitary hamster. His house is very, very sparsely decorated and has the bare minimum except for one wall, which is covered from top to bottom with pictures of the Yorkin family. We can see how from the very beginning this man has idolized this family, and his obsession is one that is impossible to ignore. Throughout this movie, I could not help but get a sense of reminder with the TV show Criminal Minds, where you can see how a person can become obsessed and eventually has a breakdown when there's a triggering event, and that is exactly what happens with Robin Williams' character. Now, Sai's spiral into violence is one that is sparked in part by a rejection from the son when he attempts to give him a gift. The son, realizing that it's not something that he should do or something that is acceptable, rejects Sai's gift, but lets him know that he's not necessarily mad or uncomfortable with him. However, what really pushes him over the edge is the discovery of a secret on the father's behalf. Now, to avoid spoilers, I won't get too into detail, but this discovery blows his mind. Sai cannot accept the fact that this family he is obsessed with is anything but perfect, and it sparks the idea to do something about it. As the climax of this movie draws closer and closer, it blows me away to see just how well we are taken inside the mind and the fragile state that is Sai's character. There's a dream sequence that gives you this absolute freak out, creep out type moment where you're sitting there wondering what just happened. And the climax, the end of this movie, is one where Robin Williams blew me away. I literally can't think of just a better phrase at the time, because after watching this movie, I'm just stunned at this man's ability, and if anything, upset that it took me this long to watch it, because he absolutely just kept me riveted by his performance.
You never asked your children to do things that children do.
Before wrapping up this review, I just wanted to share a few interesting and fun bits on this movie that I thought just kind of added to it and really made me appreciate it a little bit more. In the hotel scene, Sai asks if somebody is in room 217. Now, famously, 217 is actually the room number from The Shining. However, this is from the book, since in the film it was changed to 237. And to my surprise, Robin Williams was actually considered for the lead role in The Shining movie. One fact that really blew my mind and hit home was the fact that Robin Williams was a big fan of the anime Neon Genesis. Now, this was an anime I loved as a kid, and to know that I had this in common with him was just so cool. But even cooler is the fact that Robin Williams requested from the director to include the toy in the scene with the young Yorkin boy. And what really just hit me with a wow factor was not only that he requested it and that it happened, but that the actual toy used in the scene was rumored to have come from Robin Williams' personal collection. I mean, this guy was an anime fan, and just knowing that, especially now that he's no longer here, just gives me that added sense of appreciation for who he was as a person and as an actor. Well, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode of Popcorn and Candy. I really hope that you get the chance to watch this movie. 1 Hour Photo definitely became one of my new favorites for Robin Williams. Just to see him in a new role, a new genre, and just to see him doing something different than what I knew him for, but doing it well. That's one of the biggest things that unfortunately happens with a lot of actors. They get typecast, and anytime they try to do something, for example, comedians trying to do a serious role or vice versa, it just doesn't play out. It doesn't work. It doesn't feel genuine or sincere or real, and the movie just doesn't have that impact. That is not this movie. So I really hope that this review gets you excited to watch it, and let me know if you get the chance to. And more importantly, in the comments, tell me, what is your favorite Robin Williams movie? There's a bunch of them out there. Like I said, I grew up watching this guy, and I really hope that this movie becomes one of your new favorites. Until next time, it's been Brandon. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.